Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Welcome, everybody, to the Quick Count brought to you by Bodyslam.net. It is Sunday. Your boys are back. I'm Ty P. Across from me is J Star. It's that way. Sorry if you're watching on the interwebs. And we're ready to talk a hell of a start to 2026 with SmackDown, the first 3 hour SmackDown that has arrived back since, has it been over a year and a half, 2 years? I was very happy with what I was seeing transpire as the night went on. How did you feel, Justin? SmackDown, 3 hours, the first main WWE show of 2026. How'd you like it?
We knew that they needed help, right? We said that the last time that they were doing this 3 hour thing with SmackDown, it was awful. There was just wasted time. There was no storylines going. We just mentioned on the last episode that we thought that the main roster needed mid-card men's help. I think that they're bringing in the help. I think we have seen that. One hell of an episode, dude. I was thrilled with the first episode of 2026 for SmackDown, especially with 3 hours. It did not feel dragged on at all. I thought every single half-hour mark had some meaning to it. And I mean, we had returns. We had it, dude. It was just such a great show. I don't know. I don't want to be negative because I don't want to be negative in 2026, but I don't know if they'll be able to keep up the momentum that they had in that previous episode throughout the year, but only time will tell. We'll see.
Yeah. And to me, it felt like, this is weird, but I felt like this episode was like when you buy WWE 2K, you start GM mode, you draft your wrestlers, and you're like, all right, I got to make a banger for a show. What things am I going to put on this card? And to me, that's what we got, right? And just a quick rundown, we got, The Miz starting off the show. We got Randy Orton making a return. We have the tease of Zack Ryder to the Matt Cardona Always Ready music, which was awesome. That was spectacular. Kit Wilson got a whole new kit, no pun intended, on his intro, his everything, his gimmick. And just, Matt Cardona taking over. The one thing that pissed me off, but I get it because now they can really focus on the United States Championship for the women. Our girl, Chelsea Green dropped the belt to Julia. I'm pretty bummed. I wish we would have had, some maybe more interference with Ethan Page in there and the Secret Harvest to kind of help her retain it. I think she's been doing a spectacular job that she should have been able to, keep this championship moving forward. But obviously now they have it back on Julia. Hopefully they make it work with Julia, especially with this new allotted time frame that they have now. We had a title defense on the men's side for the United States Championship with Carmelo Hayes going against Johnny Gargano, which was fucking phenomenal. And we had Drew McIntyre burn a photo of Cody and Dusty, and then that ambulance match. We had surprise appearances of Zelina, Rhea Ripley. I mean, the show was tip-top shape. I hope they push that forward. What do you think your favorite moment of the night was on Friday night, Justin?
It's got to be the return of Matt Cardona. Yeah, I mean, I know I've definitely been asking for it. You've been asking for it for years at this point. We thought maybe he'd get the return back at the Rumble in Indy, the Indy God in Indianapolis. We were begging for it then. And then, we get the Zack Ryder appearance during the Last Time Is Now tournament. And just the transition into Matt Cardona, and then hearing Michael Cole say that Matt Cardona is the newest member of the SmackDown roster, dude, I was so happy for him. He gets the win. He gets all the flowers on the internet. My God, every single wrestler gave Matt Cardona the flowers because he deserves it, man. Matt Cardona worked his effing ass off for 5 years, and he reinvented himself. And I hope he eventually writes a book on just like, obviously his dream was to be in WWE. He was there for 10 plus years.
It was 13, 13 on TV, he said.
Yeah. And then just the fact that he was able to make it back, and now he's traveling full time with his wife. Sometimes you got to give to get. Chelsea lost her United States Championship, but now she gets to travel with her husband full time. So I think she'll be okay. I think she'll be happy. She'll definitely get another title in the future. But man, the highlight of the night for me was the return of Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. And the other thing I really enjoyed was, even though Cody's going through this turmoil with Drew and he's attacking Dusty, both Randy and Sammy both said, hey, we're coming for that championship. And I forgot, how did I mention Trick freaking Williams, also one of the newest members of the SmackDown roster, which was amazing. And I love the segment between Trick and Sammy, where Sammy's like, you just need to be humbled and I will freaking humble you. And that was great because Trick is on his high horse. Trick and A, former TNA world champion, 2-time NXT champion.
Tricky 2 times.
I mean, the dude came looking like Hollywood. He was ready to take over SmackDown just to get shut down by Sammy. So I can't wait to see how that unfolds, especially with Carmelo holding on to that US Open Challenge. If we get a Carmelo versus Trick again, I mean, that's going to blow the roof off the place if that happens. If Trick answers that chance, everyone's going to go crazy for that match. And even he said to Ilya, I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready to run it back. Let's do it. Let's see who wins the rubber match. I mean, the landscape of SmackDown really did change. Mm-hmm. And with this 3 hours, I'm hoping 2 things. Like I said before, I want that Women's United States Championship to get more light, more shine. I hope Julia is able to really make that work, gets, more character push, gets more eyes on her as a character. So I hope that happens. And then I want that tag division to flourish, man. I know, we might be losing Ciampa. There's speculation that he might not be signing his contract. That's why we see Johnny alone fighting for the United States Championship. But even without him, there's plenty of tag teams on SmackDown that I really want to be showcased, because we had that last year and it kind of went away when the Wyatt Six, took those championship hostage, and then are mainly on AAA, causing a ruckus. So those are 2 things I hope really happens with the 3-hour SmackDown.
Yeah, and with the Women's United States Championship, I really want to see Jordynne Grace and Julia go at it. So obviously we saw Jordynne Grace talking with Nick Aldis in the back. That was effectively what we're hearing was her call up to the main roster. So now we have Jordynne Grace on SmackDown as well, which bolsters that women's roster. I want to see Julia and Jordan go at it. I would love every second of that, and I think that can really start the momentum that we've wanted for Julia, especially with her last reign. I think that like a match with Jordynne Grace could really get this next reign off to a hot start.
Oh yeah, I'm really amped. Like you said, I hope I'm not getting my hopes up. I hope that they push forward in this way. I know not every SmackDown is going to be top notch, but if most can be, and they put their all into the writing and the stories and the creative, I mean, it'll bring so much more interest and eyes back to SmackDown, because I haven't really cared about SmackDown lately, and this first episode made me care again.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to see what they do with Cardona. Hopefully they don't just waste him. Hopefully they put their money in his basket. I hope he becomes United States champion soon. It seems like with this US Open Challenge, if they keep it going, that these titles are going to change hands. They don't care. Look how fast Sammy lost it. Look how fast Ilya Dragunov lost it. Like, I expected him to be, have a vice grip on that championship for a while, and now Carmelo's got it. So, like, I don't know, man. I could see Cardona taking that title away from Carmelo.
Well, it's different when you're a fighting champion. So with the Open Challenge, they're defending every single Friday. So that just in itself. So even if you're holding on to the title for, let's say, 2 months, you defended the title, what, 7 times? You lost on the 8th because you've just been going through this gauntlet of top talent that deserve the title as well. So I appreciate the fighting champions when they have these open challenges weekly, because then you can, like you said, you can switch the title off, because they had a solid reign. Ilya Dragunov won the title off Sammy, but then went through a gauntlet for 5-6 weeks. And then, yeah, he was beat up. He was battered. Carmelo caught him, and now it's Melo's turn, and Melo don't miss. So I'm hoping that we now continue the open challenge, and Melo's just defending that title every single week until he's going to eventually lose it, and just keep going. Because, I mean, we'll get into the Raw preview in a few minutes, but this is CM Punk's first title defense coming up tomorrow night.
Yep.
He's had the title for how long now? A few weeks.
Yeah, it's been more than a few weeks. I think it's been over a month, because he walked into Survivor Series with the belt, and that was a month ago at least. So yeah, it was November. It's been over a month.
So that's the, like, if we'll get into it, but if like Punk loses tomorrow, that's not a great reign.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Ilya Dragunov defending it 4, 5, 6 times, solid reign. You'll get it back eventually. I love the open challenges, dude. I love a weekly fighting champion.
And I can't wait for the heel that takes it and goes, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it tonight. Nope, not tonight. That's what I want. Like, if someone who is a heel takes that championship, I want them to just go out there and be like, who's going to be my challenger tonight? Nope, actually, no, I'm not doing it tonight. And just take the back road out through the arena, through the crowd, and say, I'll try again next week. That's what I want so bad.
No, it would be great, because everyone's used to now seeing these weekly open challenges with the United States Championship. So, I mean, it's bound to happen. The heat will grow stronger on whoever that heel is that does eventually win the United States Championship. And then before we go over to Raw, I just want to talk about Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson. Oh, dude. The guy's hilarious. I mean, with Elton Brand being out for a while now, it's just the re-imaging of Kit Wilson. They're saying that they want to kind of give him that Heath Slater role back in the day, where he can, he'll stay relevant, but he's going to be taking losses. Yeah. And I think he was hilarious. He called out the Bills Mafia. He called out the Bills offensive line. Like, this dude was just on one. And then obviously he takes the loss to the returning Matt Cardona, but everyone's still giving Kit Wilson props, because everyone thinks Kit Wilson's music's a banger. And he was fine. He was great. So, I mean, shout out to him too. Yeah,
he took the ball around with it, man. Like, when you have an opportunity like that, and you're coming from a tag team, and this is your first shot at like doing a promo as a solo artist and coming off to fight against a returning Matt Cardona, I mean, you gotta try and hit a home run. That's what they say in the game. Like if you're not swinging for the fences every time you're out there, you're not really playing the game. You don't really care. So he did. He went for the fences, and it was great. I mean, when you go against the Bills Mafia and the Bills offensive line in Buffalo, I mean, you're doing something right because they take that shit personally. So
Yeah, they do.
I thought he did great. Good for him. I can't wait to see what they do with him weekly, and it's just going to be phenomenal. Now, I do want to get into Raw because we only do 30 minutes on the Sunday, but I'm curious to see how this Stranger Things. I'm a big Stranger Things fan. I love. A lot of people are giving hate to the season finale. I loved it, but I'm curious to know how it's going to carry into Raw. I'm not always the biggest fan of when they do these crossovers and they get too gimmicky. So I hope it's not too gimmicky. Maybe like a backstage segment here and there that does something upside downy or weird. I don't know.
I don't even know what that means. I've never seen Stranger Things. So
Yeah,
like,
don't
is this
worry about
upside
it.
down thing just like it actually like flips upside down?
It's an alternate reality kind of like it's a rip in time and space, and I don't really feel like getting too into it because people haven't watched the new season, they don't really know. But it's pretty much like an evil side of what their town is, or of our realm of our Earth, whatever it is. So it's like a darker evil side. But yeah, so that's why I'm very intrigued about what's going to happen with it. But I'm very stoked for CM Punk and Braun Breaker. I think we also have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. And what's the other title match? Isn't there 3 title matches?
Yes. You have Maxine and Becky.
Maxine and Becky. That's the third one. I'm so ready for that too, dude. I'm curious to see if we can, like we mentioned last week, have Becky lose. Maxine pushes on to keep pushing with that mid card, and have Becky start going for that World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I want so bad.
Well, we are officially on the Becky train. I put out that clip of you and I both saying, "Hey, Sports Illustrated says it, Bleacher Report says it." Well, your friends at the 10 Count Podcast, sponsored by Bodyslam.net, we say it as well. Becky's the GOAT. Becky's gonna be the GOAT. She's been around for so long. She's been at the top of her game. She's still going to be at the top of her game for years to come. I don't know. Maxine she's got that dungeon vibes, just momentum, steam of just everything going for her. And maybe we'll see Natty. Maybe Natty will be there to be in her corner. I don't know. But I think Maxine still wins, man. She's had a big start to her year. She just got married. I think she retains it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I hope so. I think she does deserve it. Like you said, she does have that fire. She does have that spunk. She's really pushing forward with this personality that she has. And she's not taking any crap, man. She just got married. She's on top of the world right now. She's ready to put down Becky for a third time and just trudge on forward as the Women's Intercontinental Champion. So I can't wait to see how that unfolds. I have a lot of dream matches for Maxine to like help elevate her a bit more on Raw. I'm curious to know who they might knock down a peg from the world title realm to come down and fight for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, it'd be great to see Lyra and Bayley fight Maxine. I think if they were to wrestle her and, kind of prop her up, it would do wonders for her as well. So yeah, I'm excited, man. It's going to be epic. If it's anything like SmackDown, they're going to knock this out of the park. And if there are surprises on the first 3-hour SmackDown, I guarantee there's going to be surprises on this Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, Netflix 1-year anniversary, because I want to see some new superstars. I know there's some people on NXT that might get calls up, and hell, apparently there might be people from the indies that are showing up, maybe from TNA. Who knows? I can't wait. I can't wait for the surprises to come. And if there isn't any surprises, I'll be bummed.
So Adam Pearce, he knows what he's doing. He does it weekly with his Raw previews, and he was on a leisurely stroll, and he said, tomorrow night, live from Brooklyn, New York, the 1-year anniversary on Netflix, we have 3 title matches. Who's going to break the walls down? Now, We discussed it last episode. It's been I don't want to say worst kept secret, but pretty much the worst kept secret that Chris Jericho would eventually, we don't know when, but he would eventually show back up in WWE in 2026. We know his contract expired on December 31st. And people have been saying it's either you're going to debut him tomorrow night in Brooklyn on the first Raw of the year, or you're going to wait until Saudi Arabia and the Royal Rumble. But after Pierce teasing that, I think it might be tomorrow. I just don't know where though. Like is it going to be main event? You have the Vision running in there. This match, this world title match, obviously for some reason they always end up in disqualification with run-ins. Does that happen? And then at the end, like just the very last second, you just hear his music and he just steps out to the ramp and it just goes to like dark? Or do we see him cut a promo tomorrow? Do we see him get physical tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I'm still keeping with what I said last week. I think he's going to cut a promo, and I think he's going to have a face-off with Gunther. Like I said, it's not going to be anything that day. I don't think it's going to be anything in the near future, but I think it's going to set up for if there is a retirement tour for Jericho, for that to be what his end game is. So I can't wait. I think Jericho's going to come out and cut a promo. I think it's going to kind of be like Cena-esque how we had last year when he started off his retirement tour. And yeah, man, I can't wait. It's been a long time coming. And again, I've said in the past, like, I'm kind of done with Jericho, but it would be nice to see him retire in a way that Cena did for WWE. So I am okay with that. I'm hoping he's not like a full mainstay, like trying to break into the main event scenes. I don't think we need him there, but I would like to see him retire and end his career in WWE.
Yeah, I think his last WWE match was the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia in 2019. So Jericho has been away from WWE for quite some time. I enjoyed some of his matches over in AEW. I did. Then the Learning Tree did not do it for me. Learning Tree was horrible. So I feel like he left AEW on a bad note, but people are saying he's in the best shape. Like he's in the best shape of his life. He's ready to go. So I'm, a part of me is excited because he, like you said, he can still cut a killer promo. And if he's in the best shape of his life and he's determined to go out on a high note, hell, there's some dream matches for there, for Chris Jericho too in WWE. So only time will tell. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much for tomorrow night because usually when I do that, I get disappointed. And I just said there's no disappointment in 2026. So I'm trying to stay as even keeled as possible. So if it happens, awesome. If not, we'll probably have to wait a few weeks until the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
And I was a fan of Jericho in the beginning of AEW, especially his world title run. I love the JSA. But again, like you said, the Learning Tree and stuff, because kind of like, all right, they're kind of done with Jericho. They don't need him anymore. They're not going to use him in the main event picture. And then at that point, there's really no need for him there. So that's why I think he does fit in what they're trying to do now at WWE, especially if it's like a retirement tour-esque kind of thing. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he looks, how he feels, how he's going to go into this. I really do hope it's tomorrow night. I have a really big feeling it is, especially with Adam Pearce, like you've mentioned before, said it in his little recap on Sundays before leading into a Monday Night Raw. And I just want this Raw just to be fun, full of surprises, title changes, not the World Heavyweight Championship. My boy CM Punk's not ready. He said it last week. He's not ready to let go. He's not ready to come to any arena and say it's good to be alive in a Monday night, wherever the hell he is. So I hope that I'm right. I hope they're leading into WrestleMania with CM Punk. Maybe Braun Breaker gets his revenge or his rematch at WrestleMania and wins it there. But I want to see a CM Punk that's going into WrestleMania as champion because that's been ripped away from him before, and I don't want to see that get ripped away again. So fingers crossed.
So you obviously have Punk tomorrow night, but let me ask you, how do you see it going? Because to me, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to, I think it ends in DQ, and that's just how unfortunately it's been with these big matches on a Monday Night Raw or a Friday Night SmackDown. So let me ask you, do you see Punk winning clean, or do you see just the Vision coming, destroying him, getting counted out or whatever, DQ'd, and him winning by disqualification and keeping the title?
I could see it. So this is my two theories. I could see Punk winning clean because of mayhem, and then someone accidentally costs Breaker or something, or I can see Punk about to get the pin on him, and then they come in and break it up, and then he gets DQ'd. Braun Breaker gets DQ'd. So that's how I see it. I see the Vision potentially protecting Breaker from getting pinned from CM Punk. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being clean. I don't know. I don't think if Breaker lost, it would do anything to his character. You know, it could light a fire under his ass. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so like kind of clueless on the direction that they're going because of how big the stakes are, how big this show is. You know, what could possibly happen with this show? The theme, like I said, the Stranger Things theme. Who knows if they're trying to flip things upside down? I mean, I don't friggin' know. So I think that anything can happen. I am kind of going into this completely like, in a sense, like blind in the fact that like I'm not 100% sure on what the outcomes are going to be or what I think they're going to be. I'm open-minded. I kind of don't know what to think, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of it when it comes on tomorrow night.
Yeah, and for me, there's the theories of Austin Theory, no pun intended, about him being like a what's, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but like pretty much Seth Rollins sent him in to be like
a double agent.
A mole. Yeah, like a double agent almost. I would, because I know that people wanted to see Theory like turn on Grayson Waller for a long time when those two were together with A-Town Down Under. That never got to happen. So the face push for Austin Theory that we've wanted to see for a while never got to happen. So I would love to see him turn on the Vision and be helping Seth Rollins the whole time. I don't know if they're ready for that just yet, because obviously Seth is out right now. He's still out for an extended period of time. But if he's ready to go back to television, hell, I would love to see Austin Theory cost Braun Breaker and then just Seth come out and just start laughing like maniacally.
You know what I could see that. You know what I could possibly see sometime in 2026, which I think is crazy, but I kind of like foresee it a little bit. I could see, because of the Vision and what they did to Seth, I could potentially see Seth and Roman tagging one time again to take on the Vision. Just saying it. I'm just put in the first episode we have of 2026. Just let me sprinkle that in.
Yeah, hey, I'm there for it. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but if that does happen and he is a double agent helping Seth Rollins, because you know he was one of his disciples in the past, I would, the baby face push for Austin Theory would be the one that they've been waiting for. And he didn't get to talk much on the last episode of Raw. He was about to speak and then Punk interrupted him. So is it tomorrow night? I don't think so. I think that'd be way too soon. But down the road, I would not hate it. I would love it. But with that said, anything before we wrap it up, Ty?
Nah, man, everyone get pumped up for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, the 1 year anniversary of Netflix Raw. I mean, I'm stoked. I've been stoked since Friday. I can't wait to see, even with NXT New Year's Evil on Tuesday, I can't wait to see what the hell happens with that show. I mean, 2026, I think, is going to start off with a bang it already has, and the explosion's just about to get bigger. So everyone get ready for Monday Night Raw. I'm pumped up. Hopefully I'll remember to tweet. So yeah, that's it.
So let's ring that bell, because this, I don't think, it looks like it's paused, so it's not working. But this podcast quick count is over. Oh, did I didn't hear it. My crap's all messed up right now. So thank you all for joining us today on the quick count. We got one in. We will see you all back here on Wednesday. Please make sure you subscribe to the Body Slam Patreon down below for exclusive breaking news, interviews, and more. Well worth it. $5 a month. Come join us. At the 10 Count Podcast, top left corner, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Please go give us a follow. I have a goal in mind for 2026. I'm not going to put it out there just yet, but I do have a goal in mind. And then obviously go follow Body Slam at Body Slam Net on all socials. Until Wednesday, enjoy Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Enjoy the beginning of your work week.
And Lamper King over on Twitch. Yes, Jericho tomorrow. I'm calling it. I want it. It's about to go down. So as Adam Pierce said, we're breaking down the walls tomorrow night. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's either tomorrow night or it's going to be at the Rumble. But I mean, I know Jonathan Coachman said what he said. I don't know. We'll see if it's tomorrow. But until Wednesday, we will be here Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week or the beginning of your week. We'll see you then.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.